Hello and welcome back to Dice Dropping's Song of Ice and Fire role-playing game. Woo! Chronicles House Weirlight. Say hi, House Weirlight.
Hello.
Hi, House Weirlight.
I feel like this is deja vu. We've been here.
Sorry.
All right, so we're back. Some strange things are afoot, but you know what? Another strange thing afoot is a hunt.
Aha! I do need my conversation with my brother.
Yeah, we need that. We need some twin time.
Yeah, absolutely. Just before the hunt, what does Henrik and Mariella speak about?
It's
Yeah.
like the night before. It doesn't matter.
Well, it's either the early in the morning. We're probably roughly descending down for breakfast at the same time, or before.
Because I wasn't
before
actually
we
on
sleep.
touch on the hunt, but like I'm glad anytime before. So
Yeah.
if you pull me aside,
Yeah.
I'll probably go.
Regardless, before the hunt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I probably want to share part of what I saw kind of going across Eileen's face when we were at dinner.
While I was talking to her,
Well, no, while you were in the
or
hall.
after.
Henrik says with
Oh.
saccharine dripping from his voice.
No.
While he's
Yeah.
talking to him.
It's not all
Exactly.
about you.
That's the first time Henrik's heard that.
I mean, I know to you it's not, but to Eileen maybe,
No.
and to me, sorry.
No.
Continue on.
But
But, Yeah, what
no,
happened when I last? I
she
messed up.
seemed to be worried, kind of in general as the night kind of kept progressing.
Could it be about her sister? Maybe she was
It's possible.
left something like that.
I'm hoping that possibly Mother and I can look into what's exactly going on while the hunt is occurring, while there are less people afoot. Also, I will be exceedingly furious with you if you abandon me again at this party like you did at the last one.
And I apologize for that. And define abandoned. Am I gonna have to stay attached to your hip
Really?
the entire time of the dance?
Oh no, because you were there possibly for only 2 minutes at Ashford before you left and never came back until who knows when in the evening.
I think I left in the morning. Anyway,
Good to know.
no, I'll stay in the hall for no funny business, I promise.
It's more at least help make sure that I'm not
I won't
hostage
abandon
by-
you and plus I don't think I could Nora was staring daggers, I think, at any man that tried to look you funny, so I think it's okay, but I'll be there too.
Unfortunately, Naimura is stuck with some limitations
Yeah.
while we're here as opposed to if we were at home. So, but hopefully you can also look into what happened to Darren.
Yeah, I don't know why he was upset like that. He was a bit nervous when I talked to him earlier, but
Well, the only
even
person
more so
I
when he came back.
really saw not at the table anymore between you leaving and him coming back was Sir Hogg.
yes, I ran into him when I was coming back. He rushed in. I didn't see where he was going. He talked to me about the hunt before. He suggested something. Yeah, I don't know what he was doing there. I could try to talk to him before, but I don't know if I'll have much
Well,
time during. But
Possibly with a smaller audience, or it can be revealed.
so I
Right.
want to talk to Darren first, though. I want to get his side.
Are you also bringing Naimura with your group for the hunt, or are you letting bother
Ooh.
her or borrow her?
The thing is, I want Amora because I'm pretty sure she would help us win this competition. But I also promised I'd help Darren learn how to talk to girls. So I don't know. If
She is a girl.
I know that, but that's sort of like, like it's road. No, I'm not going to say that. So I think like our approach to talking to girls is very different.
I am well, you
much more
know,
direct
she
than I
has
am, so I don't-
experience with talking to girls.
Yes.
So possibly something you can entertain while we go Breaker Fest.
Yeah. I'll ask her. But,
All right. Lord knows my entertainment for the day might be watching squirrel hunting and proceeding to walk down the stairs.
Guarantee you that's going to be pretty exciting.
I think so. It's more entertaining than you would think.
They gotta build slings. This is gonna be funny as heck.
It's more fun just to like see their process and like what goes through their heads, honestly.
When Garrick is a ringleader.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that'll be fun.
But yeah, so.
Head down.
We relinquish our conversation reins to you, Tony.
Yeah, Twin Talk is completed.
All right. So the hunt is sort of getting set up. There are a good amount of men in this group. It's quite large from all over. As everyone's grouping, you hear Sir Ettenhog kind of state. He goes, as we have such a large hunting party, many I think expected to stay back. Why don't we split off into groups? Hunt, her to hunt something for the best, and when we back up later today, we see whoever has hunted the best beast, and then they are the winner. I think a good competition hunting might be us as a roving band running down any poor animal that happens to get. What say you?
Is he pointing at me?
He just gestures to the group.
I'm down for it.
Yeah, I'll do it like I agree, here kind of thing.
Yep, T-Jerk, what do you say?
What would said winner receive?
Like, an excellent question, Lord Weirlight. Lord Arthur, what do you think? I think you see, Lord Arthur. This is, it's just like, yes, perhaps there should be a prize. I know. They receive an accolade in the shape of a unique hunting horn, a trophy, as it were. Sir Ettenhog seems good to me. I think everyone else agree?
Agreed.
All right. Well, let's split off into groups. It seems so. Your group are main characters.
Hey, same group.
Yeah.
So we are the same group. Doesn't matter. Yeah.
Yeah. So, so it sounds like Tidrick, Henrik, and Nymora are participating.
Well, of course.
All right. So you are a part of the group. Joining your group is Sir Walton.
Yes.
By request, also Darren Manning.
Oh.
Who, Henrik, I do want to just remember, you might have forgotten.
So you
What
cut out?
He is your cousin.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I feel like in that conversation, you might have forgotten.
I totally
but Darren
did. I'm so sorry.
But Darren is your cousin.
I totally forgot how we're related to these people. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He is your mother's nephew.
Cool.
Your mother's sister's child.
Makes things easier for me. All right.
So you have Harry, and you also have like a man none of you have really been introduced to.
Oh God, he's just there.
He introduces himself. He looks late 20s, early 30s ish. Probably late 20s. He's got black hair, kind of comes down to here in like an almost like, medievalist bob, kind of Tudoresque. He wears mostly like black. with obviously some wear underneath. And he introduces himself with a smile. Goes, "I'm lovely to meet all of you. My name is Orton. I'm of House Lugus."
At a house in the Crownlands here, where we're at.
I'm gonna make a status check to see what I know about it.
Absolutely, you absolutely can.
Nice.
Is he a,
19? Oh dang!
did he introduce himself as like a knight or a noble?
He said neither. He said, "I am Orton of House Lugus."
Oh, cool.
He didn't say lord or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So hold on. Oh no. One key bit of information I must find. One moment.
He did not expect this.
I mean, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Good for you.
How many days has it been since our last mention of incest? I need to make a new sign.
Well, we just
No.
did it last one, so it's like
No, we just did it again today.
I
That's
know.
been-
We
I think
went
it's been 8 days.
we went like a good 5 days about it, so I was proud of us.
Hey.
Sorry, just so in fact, sorry, my bad. House Lucas is I believe. Hold on, sorry for reading.
Read and then speak.
For all those times people glossed over to NPCs, this is the time we don't.
This is what we do.
Yeah, yeah. So
Our NPCs matter. God damn it.
our NPCs matter. So House Lugus is a minor house. They are in the Crown Lands, yes. However, they share a direct border with the Reach. So the Luguses have had dealing in the Reach. So you know their arms are a silver chalice studded with emeralds on a black field. Their words are drink, live, last. However, they have sort of gotten a reputation. House Lugus, there's this sort of because you got a 19. It's 3 degrees of success. Because you got 3 degrees of success. So because you got 3 degrees of success, there is a saying sort of about the house. Tywin Lannister actually coined this phrase.
Nice.
It is, if a man needs to die abed or at fate's whim, send a faceless man. If the circumstances of his death Scott, a Lugus is far cheaper.
Oh.
Kind of broke up in the second part of the
Okay.
second part.
The second part?
Yeah.
Alright. I'll just
After faceless man.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. Yeah, so send a faceless man. If the circumstances of his death need not be disguised, a Lugus is far cheaper.
Cool.
So they're basically assassins for hire.
Ha! Assassins. More
They're
like
thugs.
murderers.
Oh.
Yeah.
They don't.
Fine,
No,
we're fine.
no. The House Lugus is House Lugus will kill people for reasons, and it is not.
Reasons.
It is not that the House Lugus won't properly do this, but the whole thing is, you know how Walder Frey has a massive. The Luguses almost rival them. They have so many children. Like so many families and cousins. And it has been known, especially in the Reach, people definitely, like Lugus cousins and lesser branch families, they get coin by taking out people who need to die. It is not careful. It is never incredibly well planned. It is never unnoticed. But generally, people die. However, the reputation of House Lugus, this is due to, a lot of people believe, because the current lady of House Lugus, her maiden name is, oh my god, Clegane.
Oh.
Yeah, that'll do it.
She is, in fact, Gregor and Sandor's older sister. However, the reputation of every Lucasmith is like a fucking 6.5 tall, mean meathead, and you are currently looking at a svelte 5'9", very somewhat attractive, very polite man. He seems to not like mix with like you've seen Luke. This motherfucker does not look necessarily like a typical Lucas. But yeah, he's just like, my name is Orton. Lovely to meet all of you. I am a novice hunter, to say the least, but I hope you pick up the slack. And he kind of like bows his head to all of you.
Well met.
Cool.
All right.
Welcome to the party.
Shall we get this hunt started?
Yes, off we go. Yeah, and everyone kind of splits off and goes away.
I'm keeping my eyes on him.
Or on who? On Orton?
Yes.
Sure, yeah. However, before everyone sets off, Nymora, you take the one last glimpse at Hog, and when you look at him, he turns and he looks directly at you. And he gives you like a wolfish smirk. And like just very almost ominously shakes his head, like, and then he turns back and hi-ho silvers it.
Ooh, we're gonna crush her.
Nymora is just sort of like glaring after him, and she just goes like,
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah, you
Hope
guys.
the boar runs him through.
Yeah, it goes off. So, who would like to lead a hunting test? It is survival.
I say not I.
Is it Nymora?
It's probably in Nymora. I still
Might
have
be
a 3.
Nymora.
Yep.
I have a 3 in survival, so
Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
I have dose.
12.
2.
12. All right. Yeah. You're about a few minutes, like a little while, and you spot, looks like some sign of like game animals already, and you feel like, oh yeah, this is gonna be good. Like you've never been in the Kingswood anymore. Already, it's like, oh my god, all the trees are spaced out. There's so much sign of game. Like a lot of things that live here.
All the trees are a little bit disconcerting because I'm much more used to wide open spaces.
Yeah, but this is a bit weird.
Yeah, it's a bit
Could we-
strange.
Could we ask maybe Darren, sorry, his name. He's been here before. I don't know if he could like assist on a roll or like could he guide us a little around? Ask like
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, we don't get lost.
Hey.
Yeah, he does that whole thing, like the like just that whole thing. That was real.
Got it.
Oh, it's good.
Yeah. So, by the way, everyone has been handed a and like given an arrow. So for hunting. So if you didn't have them before, you have. Woo!
What now?
We have
Bows.
bows and arrows.
You have bows and arrows. Also, obviously, this is something I probably just want to explain to you, teacher. You are probably not wearing plate mail
No.
hunting.
No.
It's fun to
We'll
imagine.
wash them out.
Well, if we know
Also,
anything
Come out of the
from
woods.
well, if we know anything from season 1 of the show, he should.
Apparently,
Right.
I thought hunting was just like 3 guys all in
Well,
full plate mail, just stomping
Robert
about.
was an idiot and didn't bring a horse to fight a boar. All right, so you guys are all horseback. Y'all are
Mhm.
going forward. So there is some time for you finding some game and whatnot. Is there
We're
any-
aiming for a boar, right? That's our specific thing we want.
I think that's probably going to give you the best result. Is a big old boar.
Oh.
Darren tells you there are lots of boars living in this part of the wood, and they grow quite large.
Have any local legends about any like super boars?
Mega boars.
He
Mega
kind of looks at you. He goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, 20 years ago we did, but then it died."
Well, that's unfortunate.
These swords, like,
He nods.
okay.
There's that at least. Every creature that size deserves a chance to go out in glory.
I feel like we
It's,
just died of old age,
respectful, you know?
Disappointing.
Darren just like is nodding, but not looking at any of you. But there's any conversations? There's any talk like men do?
And the men and Agora do.
Speak
Yes.
as men and Nymor.
Men and Nymora.
Yeah, no. No.
What?
Yeah.
Is Darren's reaction to Nymora being among them just more of the same, like his reaction to Mariella, or is he a little bit more at ease?
No, he's definitely not at ease. He's the opposite of ease. He is the most. He looks like a rabbit. That has
He
been
is
spotted.
uneased.
He is vibrating nearly of pure fear.
Oh.
You don't know if it's about you, but it's about definitely.
Aw.
It has something to do with the situation that he's in.
mhm.
Okay. I'll hang back a bit. Like, I'll let everyone else go forward while we're like in the middle of the hunt, and I'll see if I can talk to him.
Mhm.
Maybe
Yourself, this boy.
you
Sure,
do it.
yeah.
I don't know if I'll try.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be good at it.
Yeah, you can talk to Darren. What do you say, Henrik?
That's a good question.
Also,
Yeah.
I
I
took the
think-
bow and arrow, but I have it just set up on my horse.
Sure.
Ignoring it.
No.
Gonna hunt a boar with a great sword.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck,
With
if
his
anyone
bare
could-
hand.
That's when I will take it.
If anyone could, it would probably be Tedric.
Yeah.
This is true.
All right,
Um,
Henrik, you wish to talk
yeah.
to Darren?
Mhm.
Yeah, I think, well, first off, it was like normal greeting. It's like, sorry, I'm blanking out of words.
You could say
Jared,
"Hail, cousin."
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I literally just like freaked out. Yeah, it's like, Darren, how are you? How are you? God damn it, I can't talk. Sorry.
Yeah, Darren's like, he's just nodding, like a lot, like.
Mhm.
I'm really glad you could accompany us on the hunt. It's good to have someone with a bit more knowledge of the woods. But it's mostly open field. I would be lost in these trees.
Yeah, you just gotta look for certain signs, like moss.
Yeah, like what?
and- like moss.
Okay.
Also, boars rub on trees with their tusks.
Really?
He like nods. He goes, yeah, it's just like a thing they do. There's actually some bugs around here. They're like beetles, and they only like burrow on certain sides of trees, so you can really easily determine like what direction you're going from them.
Good method, actually. See, again, glad we brought you along. That's very smart.
Nods. Goes, yeah, my mother actually taught me about some of that. She used to she liked falconing.
This is his mother is my aunt, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Auntie Ella.
Yeah. Okay.
No, Ella's Lady
Different one.
Hart.
I had a name.
This is Darren Manning. Lady Manning
Oh.
is no.
Sorry.
Lady Manning is Vivian, who none of you have met so far.
She hasn't been at the party?
No, she wasn't at the party.
That's right. Yeah, that was weird. Okay. Interesting. Also background and be like, so listen, while we got here for a moment, mentioned last night about trying to socialize it more with girls. You just still want help with that?
Yes.
Every time. Great.
Yes, I yes. How
Okay.
do you tell a girl you're in love with her and
Oh, okay.
you're want her to be with you and only you, and how do you like get your feelings across?
Yeah.
Like, is it poetry? Because I can't write it. It's,
No, I mean that's
I don't-
definitely a method. I don't. That's not what I go for. If you could write poetry, I think that's something
I
see.
no, I
go
can't.
for.
It's
That's
so-
fine.
I
All right.
don't understand it. I end up
Honestly, I wasn't gonna.
I
recommend
end up
that,
just
but
writing
yeah.
description trees. Like I don't.
Yeah, and like I don't know, with poetry, like you think that like blue means something, but no, it's just blue, and no one seems to get that. Anyway,
I don't. Okay.
yeah,
So what do you do? How do you get a girl to fall in love with you and let them know how much you love them, so then you can get married? How do you do that?
Wow, this is a lot. Oh, okay. Well, are you in love with someone right now? And
How
do
did
have
you
someone
know
in mind,
that?
I guess. Oh my god.
Who told you?
Oh.
Nobody. Who told you that?
Oh, 7 L's. Okay. Told me that. Well, to be honest, you kind of did right now. You hinted that you were in love with someone, and it's not.
I'm so bad
And
at
you-
court stuff.
No,
I don't.
You're fine.
I should just wander into the woods.
No, I like dragging back. It's like, no. All right. Now, I think it's honestly, I really are in love with someone, or at least I think there's base attraction, which pretty girls, that makes sense. That
No, I'm in love.
Yeah, you mentioned that. Well, do you mind telling me who she is?
At that, his whole body language. I can't. No, I can't tell you.
Oh no.
And he almost shuts down when you ask that. No, no.
Would it help
Just
if I told
what?
I told you that I'm in love with someone?
Who are you in love? Well, no, I don't. I'm not gonna tell you who I'm in love with. I can't.
That's fine. Are they here?
I can't say that.
Okay. No, think like that's a yes, but okay, we're gonna work with this. All right. Have you spoken to them before?
What? What? No.
Right, no, that was a stupid question. Sorry. Oh god. We're kidding. Love them.
How? If I could have spoken to them, why would I ask you for how do I speak?
Yeah, stupid questions. Well, alright, well. I guess you have seen each other before, so that's something.
No.
Well, first off, I wouldn't start with immediately saying that you're in love with them, just as
But I
like, you
am.
know, yeah, and that's great, but I wouldn't lead with that because
Why
you know,
not? Shouldn't you be honest with your feelings with the people you want to engage with?
you should. But oh god, this is this kid. You should, but I think you know if you ever have to like do something and it's a lot of work, or like you know, like you get like someone asks you to do this huge, ginormous task, and it just seems overwhelming to you at the time. But if like you think back, it's like if I took it step by step, it'd be easier. It's kind of like that.
I have no idea what you. What?
Oh god. Okay. Oh god. Well, maybe not tell her that you love her, because I think it is important to be honest, especially if you're dealing with love and how you feel about someone. But I think just first you should try to get to know her more and like try to be a friendly person.
I mean, I
You've never talked to her,
pretty
so she
well.
wouldn't.
Well, you don't have to talk to somebody to.
I think you do. I think you have, even if it's you have to talk some a little bit there. Well,
Okay, well, what do I say?
that's always to say hello and just be polite.
Well, what happens after that?
Well, so if depends if your person of interest is in a group and they're talking about something with someone else, you could be interested in that subject, sort of like get your way into this
What
conversation.
if I don't know anything about that subject?
Get up. What if you repeat something someone else said?
Oh, okay. I don't. Okay. So if you want to go over and try to like.
Yeah, I'm
How
going
would-
to teach you
how would
how
you
to
go
connect
through
with
that?
girls. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he'll-
I'll tell him just like
you can definitely tell he's super not really paying on it. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't have. But then, like, what do you say though? Like, you talk about what they say, but what do you say? Like, he seems
Yeah.
to believe that there is a.
there's like a set
Frame.
script, and I was like,
Yeah.
not a, no.
What options do you select to make them love you?
Yeah. How many cakes do I have to give them for them to fall in love with?
Main things like be friendly, courteous. Don't lead with "I
How
love
do
you."
okay? All right. How do you be friendly?
Oh,
What does that mean?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay, you know what?
Henrik, you are the person I have talked to the most in my entire life.
He's latched on to you. You're never gonna get rid of him now.
Never.
Yep.
Oh, I'm
Your
really.
cousin, too.
He might be coming home with us. I don't know.
Oh my god,
This is just your
He's
new
so
brother.
sweet. I take him. Bring him home.
he's great though.
Serena, hope that you wanted another child.
Yeah,
Your new
She didn't need to
child.
give birth to this one.
we're enough. We're fine.
Yep. Yeah. Sir Walton will also chime in
Thank you. Oh god, well I'm helping here.
and just say that love is a cause that's so, I would say, near divine. If you feel the need, the lacking the words, many pray and think in a sept, and words seem to come to them as if given to them by the seven. If not, Darren, you can read, yes? There are beautiful words written down by men utterly enraptured women, and they've been written in them across centuries.
It's true. You don't
Read
have
if
to
you
write your own poetry, man. You could Like,
Uh,
use someone else's.
yes, there's a Tom Seven Rivers has a lovely, actually, small story of him confessing love, and I've used it a few times.
Whoa. Gotta read this then.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with you not being able to find the word, and you getting inspired by the words of another.
Oh. Oh, God. Does any of this seem to be picking up on him? Does he seem to be, like,
And
attached to
he's like,
anything?
okay, like he's yeah. Orton actually turns to you, T-Trick, and goes, and the middle one, is that your?
Yes, he is.
You must be very proud.
I am very proud. He actually just slew 2 men on his own not that long ago.
Oh my.
What on earth are they going on about back there?
From what I understood, his stand,
Oh
as
my
he kind of
God.
turns around. I believe they're coaching young Darren art of gaining a lady's affection, or at least some version of it. As he like cocks his ear a bit.
Has he tried
smiles.
flexing real hard?
Orton audibly laughs. He goes, I think he's actually on that right now. So, like, chuckles. Goes, I don't think. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was going to say is that it doesn't really take a lot to get anyone's attention. Really, just be honest and be kind, and
Well,
try and find something to talk about.
I think Darren is having trouble talking.
Got to find the thing that you want to talk about with them.
Good advice.
Did someone? He likes hunting. Yeah, he likes hunting quail. Find a girl who likes hunting quail.
Perhaps. Like, I don't know many girls who like hunting quail. Do you like hunting quail, Naimora?
Oh yeah, I like hunting all sorts of things.
Like, well, there we are. Perhaps you know a girl for the boy.
I don't think that I know many women who would be interested in him specifically, but
Smiles. It's like nods. Like, so what do you think of all of this, Lord Tedrick? I'm sort of not really sure how to feel.
Well, I feel that if you truly love someone,
Oh,
you need to tell them slowly but surely and work up to it.
Oh my God.
Gifts help as well as kind, gentle words.
Orton goes, forgive me. I actually meant about the wedding.
Oh, about the wedding.
Love it.
Serena, my man, my husband.
Well, I feel that the wedding will be a very binding one, and it will help both the families greatly in the future.
Yes, but yeah, how do you actually think this is going to end well? I can't foresee.
I have
it
a feeling
well.
there's going to be a fight tomorrow.
He kind of looks at you and goes, really?
One way or another, there's going to be a fight.
I can't help but agree with you, Lord Tedrick.
Actually, I have a wager going on it.
What's the wager?
It's between me and the other person. But if you'd like to get on a wager with me, we can do
I
it.
would be happy.
My lord.
See, I believe whoever starts something, I think it will most likely be someone from
You broke up.
Heart House.
Hmm.
I think the Hearts have a lot more anger towards the Manning than the reverse.
Yes, I do feel that.
Arthur Manning is honestly an honorable man, and his sons reflect that. Gerard Hart is more of a businessman.
I know a few of those.
He smiled. He goes, "Yes, I did hear tell about some grand event with the Dulvers,
Yes.
slaying Iron Men or something of that like."
Yes, that is where my boy slayed too.
You did mention this. That's right.
And I took out the
I'm sure
leader.
you're very I'm sure you're very proud of him, and good on you. Yeah, you definitely at the when you mention like I killed this guy or I killed that guy, you definitely see Orton. He's just like immediately like, okay, this guy doesn't look like he murdered. I'll just definitely.
Should we really be taking bets on the futures of two young people? I mean, I don't want them.
Oh, Lady might know more. I think you missed purpose of this. I doubt this has very much to do with Kevin Manning and Sylvie Hart's future relationship. I think this more has to do with their houses.
Yes.
And
I wish the best for their relationships.
As do
The
I.
future of their house depends on the future of their relationship. So,
Yes, it does. But
Future.
so interesting thing I've noticed: people, even on the brink of destruction, even when all it takes to save everyone they love is to be kind to a person they hate. Many times, they just can't help themselves.
hmm.
Who is this guy?
Now this is getting into a conversation about what do you call it? Human morality.
Morality.
Mhm.
Morality. I'm not so morality. I think it's just mean about men in nature in general. I don't.
The assumption that people on the whole are petty or mean or callous or
Yeah, many are.
but that's just what it is. It's an assumption.
Assumption.
Mm-hmm.
So you people believe people are inherently good?
I try to. I think that's important.
I find that
It's a
very
good
interesting
distinction.
from someone who protects. I'm sure you faced a lot of human cruelty in your life. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I don't mean to state this and slap me if I'm being rude. You do seem to have Dornish blood, and you family. That must not be easy.
Half on my father's side.
Must not be easy living
No.
in Reach.
But
I saw her
If
skill
I-
at an early age, and I accepted her into my family.
Like, oh, you don't need to convince me of that, Lord Tedrick. I know we've never been formally introduced, but I am very well aware of who you are. I've always wished my own family were as accepting as that.
that kind of pushes the point, though, doesn't it? Is that I never would have come to work for the Weirlights if it wasn't for the fact that I was half Dornish. If I wasn't half Dornish, I would have been, stuck in Old Town working as a scullery maid for the rest of my life. I never would have found my family. I never would have met the kids I take care of. All
Wow.
because some people wanted to be shitty to me, and I decided to be better for it.
Well, it sounds like you found a way to rise above. Very good.
But my point being is that there's always an equal amount of good to balance out the bad.
He kind of
You
nods.
just have to find it, you know?
He just he just nods. And he will sort of like look forward and go. I think he'll just kind of. Well, then I hope you never meet my family. And then he just will stop the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, back at Helmcrest.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Here we go. Yeah, I believe Vivian, you wish to have a conversation with somebody.
Yes, I would like to a couple of peoples. Yeah, but I would love to have a conversation with Lady Ella Hart.
Sure, absolutely. You can down
In the parlor.
in the parlor near the veranda.
Overlooking the garden.
Yes, I'll go. Is she just sitting? What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm saying yeah. You're sitting,
Mhm.
probably maybe drinking tea.
Mm-hmm. It's like, lady, can I call you Ella?
Of course you can. Only if I can call you Vivian.
Of course.
Of course, fantastic.
All of my friends call me. All of my friends don't.
Call you what? Sorry.
Viv.
Viv. Viv. Like, all right, Viv. Mm-hmm. I mean, we are going to be related soon.
We're going to be family soon enough.
Indeed. So yes, of course.
Well, I wanted to. I noticed we had started a conversation at dinner, but it seemed to have been concerned about Sylvie. But how are you and the family doing? I know, given the rumors happening with like the arrangement of marriage for Sylvie. and
We're doing
Henry.
quite well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, no, I'd have to say quite well.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe. Good. Better now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
It's just. I think Gerard finally saw that it was less profit in being enemies with the Mannings than joining with them, and quite honestly, I doubt these men could ever bury the hatchet without there being some blood involved. Do you know what I mean? And it was either going to come from a knife or from a baby. And I think we had a few talks, and I think the baby was obviously the much more attractive version of that. After all, with our new king, paid to be, well, friendly with everyone.
Mm-hmm. What started the animosity between Otter and...
Oh, who knows? Who knows? I mean, like when I came in, I quickly, and that came from Gerard's father, which came from his father and his father for him. I think it's something over shipping rights and trading, and then there was probably some kind of zoning problem. It's just a series of things, you know how these things start. Your family has one. Was it the what are those?
Dannets.
The Dannets. Oh, dreary people.
What they are.
I briefly saw Alfric at court once for some reason. Not a man I would wish to approach.
He's a very serious man.
I've heard. Doesn't know what he. No, I don't think he knows what to do with his.
His what?
His hair.
Ella.
What? I'm just saying, it was all over the place. Pull the helmet off. You're going to court to talk to the king. Wow.
Should learn how to clean up just a bit.
Somewhat, at least. Throw some water on you. Yes, no, I know Gerard was very, very against it in the beginning, but Sylvie, I think, helped coerce him.
Did she?
She did. No, she was very on board. I remember we just mentioned things about Eager.
You cut out.
Yeah, she's just saying, like, even when we were just mentioning cementing and burying this this feud, Sylvie was so willing to go through with it, you know, so very much, and just I think she's very brave for it, because we did fight on we fought on different sides during a certain part of the rebellion, and well, you know, some of my people. Well, you know.
Do I know, Tony?
Yeah, you know.
I don't.
Your eldest nephew, your daughter's firstborn, was killed during that war.
Was it that? Oh, and it was them. Okay, that explains a lot.
In fact, it might have been one of in this hall who did it.
Ooh, Taco, okay.
And
Got it.
and she's basically saying, like, possible animosity to just be willing to walk into the lion's den is so brave, and I just know I have such a good daughter.
You do. That is. As a mother, I think we both can say when our children go above and beyond to show they put not only their responsibilities but their family ahead of their own fantasies is heartwarming to see.
Exactly. You know, every girl in the Crown Land dreams running into a crown prince at court and becoming the queen, but Sylvie was always much more. I mean, she was always fantastic at court. Sylvie has a gift, and but she was always so approachable and modest, and not like, you know, some of these girls who just will lower. They will, you know,
Flaunt themselves.
hem their dresses, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I.
No, Sylvie was never like that, and I've looked at your daughter Mariella. She's so, and she has this air of, I don't know. It's almost like perhaps wisdom to her.
Yes, she has excelled in many things I myself never have.
Well, that just shows you're a great mother.
Thank you.
We do have to take some credit, dear, and she just like drinks her tea. Yeah.
Well, I am not so humble that I won't take some credit.
She smiles. Yes, I'm very proud of her, and I'm very happy done with. And very much miss my daughter, but she's going to be doing quite fine. Kevin seems he seems like a good lad. Very respectful, smiles. Did you see the way the two were looking at each other at dinner?
I saw the entire time. I was like, well, they seem very happy to see.
I would say so, yes. Yeah, and the fact that Kevin, he's you know, the boy talked to me last night.
Did he?
Yeah, he came up to me and he thanked me for coming, and he held my hand, and he was so polite and sincere. You know, Gerard, of course, was a little like the temper. But then, of course, Kevin just disarmed him immediately, taking his hand, saying that, assuring him many times of how he care of that she'll never come to any form of harm. And I just think this was such a good idea, and I'm so glad that our children can look past what we can.
They seem to have. I think their youth grants them the ability to see a future that we cannot.
I would agree.
Mm.
Mm. Yeah. Any kind of info you want to try and get?
Yes, I do want to find more about Sylvie, like her likes and her dislikes, not only just like how she is in court, but how she is at home. And
Yeah, so I could just straight up tell you, according to her mother,
Mhm.
Sylvie's perfect. She's perfect at home. She's perfect in court. Always an appropriate lady. Always has a small smile on her face.
Mhm.
She literally does literally like orphan work in the capital.
Mhm.
Like and every time she's home, she's perfect. She's never had since she was a child. Like even then, she was perfect.
Mhm.
And I will even tell you, Lady Ella is not exaggerating.
Of course not.
According to Lady Ella, she's literally perfect.
All right.
And then you do see Sylvie actually like come into the parlor. Some of the other and Lady Ella looks up and goes, "Ah, Sylvie, darling," and she does the thing where she puts her hand.
Am I part of the lady?
You 100% can if you want to be. You're there, Marianne.
Like
you
how
have
big of
something-
a group would it have been? Because I'm assuming that if it's like a bunch of people my age, then yes, theoretically, I should definitely be with them.
There's not a ton of people. I mean, there's like the people who, like Eileen, right? Like she's there. But she's kind of the only one near your age. I mean, Sylvie, she's 18.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are kind of trying.
Yeah, and by
But with her
like near
being
my
the
age, I'm talking like between like 15 and 20.
Oh yeah. So Sylvie, Eileen, not a ton of others, quite honestly. Yeah, like not really many others.
You don't need to hunt it down. It's like I figure
Yeah,
it's like
no.
maybe like
There's
another
there's-
two-ish if we're
Yeah,
lucky.
there's not really in that direct range,
Yeah, that's fine.
but a
Yeah.
lot of them are just kind of older.
Yeah, then we probably would have at least encountered each other when like maybe figuring out where our respective mothers are and have both
Sure.
kind of maybe
Yeah,
grouped
if you want to talk to, I absolutely can.
I imagine it's maybe more like they like almost like they arrived first and I'm after, like we were maybe at two different points kind of coming here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. I mean, you engage it however you want. You know, we can just start with you already in conversation. It's your choice. Like, want to talk to Eileen? What you want to say? What you want to do?
Oh, okay. I think I would probably go with it. It's like I wasn't able to get much information the other evening, but what customs exactly are generally observed specifically here within the Crown Lands? It's like kind of like that within like the wedding aspect.
Sure. Yeah, Eileen seems to know a little bit. And she's just like, oh well, usually someone provides bounty from the land. That's pretty common. And she just kind of starts going into a little. She goes, I mean, I think it's fairly typical. I don't know if I mean, generally the bride will come in wearing the symbol of her house and then the lord who she's marrying will remove that, hand it to her father, and put his own house symbol upon her shoulders.
Yes, that's
signifying their
still fairly common for most ceremonies that I've heard of. I've granted the tale I've heard of my mother's marriage to my father was possibly romanticized and slightly embellished, since my parents were a love match. So, like, slightly
Yes,
slightly
that's right.
smile.
She smiles. She goes, "You told me that. Ah, I mean, that would be so great. I mean, I'm a second daughter, so I think there's probably a good chance I could have a love match. Do you think?"
I would sincerely hope every girl can at least have the chance for that.
I'm so glad. I mean, I am glad for Sylvie that she's marrying seemingly a good man.
At the end of the day, it's most of what us daughters can hope for.
Yes, I just wish some people were more, I don't know,
Well,
appreciative, I guess.
as long as we're able to keep our eyes open and our minds clear of things we presume, there's always hope and chance.
I guess, like, it's true. But I just, there's some girls, I think, who maybe have gotten very lucky. And I, think maybe they should be more appreciative that, that they got.
I fully agree. I know a couple of girls myself where life has been exceedingly kind to them and they've taken it as their due.
I get so frustrated sometimes, You see that, and then all the things going on, and I just really wish that. Sometimes I feel like maybe Sylvie doesn't even. Well, it's just like for last night, for example, and at this point, Maester Hamden kind of interrupts. He goes, "I'm so sorry, my ladies. Lady Eileen, your sister just spoke with me. She very much wishes to speak to you for a moment. It's about something last night." And she goes, "Oh, good." And she smiles. He goes, "What? Would you mind? I'll be just a moment."
I wouldn't mind at all.
"Thank you, Mariella." And she kind of like grips her hands as if like she might have been like, "Yes, a person who understands." And she will leave with the maester.
Do the footsteps sound like they're going far, or?
Well, they leave the area you're to, and they're like going probably like upstairs, probably to where like.
So it'd be super obvious if I like quasi followed.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Where exactly am I?
I think you're near the parlor.
Near the parlor.
Yeah, I think you run into each other kind of near like a window, like a one of the like embossed areas, or small sitting area in the courtyard. I think you're in the courtyard.
Okay.
I think you're in the courtyard.
Okay. So
under a lovely tree.
So I'm assuming like then I've got a vague like reference for where my mother is.
You do.
Okay.
You do. She's in the parlor talking with the ladies.
Okay. I'll probably stay where I am. I probably like, at least for my day dress, I probably have hidden pockets because I'm that type of person.
You gotta have pockets.
Gotta have pockets. At least one. And I think
what's a pocket?
It's my own invention. Deal with it. I haven't shared.
I will tell you at this point, pantaloons do not have.
That's right. Pockets are like those weird attached things to you.
Yeah.
Okay. Like hi, mom. Weird.
Yeah. But yes,
probably you pull things from the fold dress.
Yeah. I probably have a bit of embroidery that I've been working on, and I've probably pulled that out. And I wait for Eileen and kind of
Absolutely.
like keeping a watch of like whoever is approaching my mother and where Eileen and the Maester had gone off to.
Absolutely. Not super long after, you're not waiting too long, and come down the stairs and walks through the courtyard, and he kind of gives you like a, and he's like a very atypical, not atypical, opposite of that, very typical maester.
Very
like
typical
he's got like very little hair, long bushy beard comes out here. It's not quite gray or white, but it is getting close to that, and he's just like.
Is everything well? I like it, when he nods. I probably go. Is everything well with the sisters?
He kind of stops. He goes, I believe so. I just was fetching Lady Eileen and walked her there, and well, then my duty was done.
Very kind duty.
Oh, thank you. I was doing a bit of embroidery. You must be very adorable. Your mother.
Well, this is actually something for my younger sister's name day. It's quite a few months in advance, but there's an outfit that will probably
Bless your heart. What a kind young woman. I was like, very good. Your family is lucky to have. Well, excuse me. I kind of pats the stomach. Must be off. I smell tarts, and he like.
Heaven forbid I keep you from tarts.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, Vivian.
The maester is someone I wanted to
Have a chat with. Yeah, absolutely.
have
You
a
just
chat with.
walk into the parlor and like nod
Mm-hmm.
and like go kind of past them, kind of towards where the things have been coming, the food have been coming out.
Mm-hmm. Did he perhaps throw his name so I could catch it?
You know his name.
I didn't know. Okay,
Mr. Hamden.
Maester
Ham and Den.
Hamden. All right.
He likes
Hamden.
tarts. Good to know.
Okay. And
Pork
he's the
dwellings.
Manning's Maester, correct?
He is the Manning's Maester.
Okay, excellent. He says, Maester Hamden. And
He stops and turns. He goes, "How may I help you?"
oh, please, you can get your thoughts. I just wanted to speak with you. How is Sylvie? I saw when last night I didn't want to intrude on your work, so I just wanted to make sure that she was fine.
Oh,
and
I think Sylvie is quite fine.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just nerves.
Mm-hmm.
I think the girl has put a lot of.
Of course. I wanted to give her some tea that my maester always gave me because I tend to, get into fluster a bit when things get exciting. But I didn't want in whatever treatments you had given her.
I've given her some tea to calm herself.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's very sweet of you. I believe she's much better today. I think she'll be down soon.
Wonderful. And I believe last night when we were at the feast, you said is because she hadn't eaten well and during her
I don't
travels.
think so. No, she might have. It's a whole thing. If you don't eat a lot, if you don't eat for a while, and then quite a bit, you can get quite sick.
Yes, I understand. And she seemed entirely fine this morning when you.
Okay, so Vivian, are you trying to get some info out of?
I am trying to get some info out of this dude.
Okay, so why don't we go into an intrigue?
Okay. Oh God,
Well, you go
so
first.
nervous.
We've already determined.
Okay. Yep. Maesters are so smart, guys. They're so smart.
They're pretty smart.
Okay. Well, then I guess
I don't think many.
I would. Okay, so disposition first.
Sure.
I don't know anything about this guy,
That sounds like you're indifferent.
but I am trying to get information out of him. Is that going to change my
I don't
disposition,
think
or
so.
is it more...
I
okay?
You could be amiable.
I think.
Yeah.
I think it probably makes more sense that you're.
Yeah, because I don't know
You're
anything.
just
About...
like I don't. the only reason you're talking to this guy
Yeah.
is
to
because
get
of this
information.
direct reason. Right?
Understood.
You would have never spoken to him otherwise.
For sure.
Like Harold Dolver's a little different. He's a lord. You've known him. But this guy, that sounds like indifferent.
Okay, indifferent than it is. Okay. So, and then it's my goal is next, I think that's what it is. Or is my
Sorry, what?
Your like motivation, what exactly you're trying
yeah,
to
my
get?
my motivation is
It-
getting information, what he
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And then what are you pry that out of him? It sounds like charm. You're not like, listen, to know.
I need to know.
Yeah.
Only.
You're not flirting with him.
No.
This sounds like charm to me.
Yes, I am for sure. Just like I'm just worried about my niece to be that sort of thing. Like if
Yeah.
I'm just a woman. What do I know of the science?
Oh God.
Oh, liar.
Plenty that Thorsten has helped you figure out.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yeah. Sounds good to me. So, you're first, Vivian.
Okay, I'm gonna open out with influence because I think that's a strong indicator of what I should.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Vivian does shoot first.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I
your
do.
influence,
Yes.
batter the charm
So-
down.
Persuasion and charm. I'm so nervous. My heart's in my chest.
Whoa.
Oh god.
Okay, well, let's see. That's
That's a high number.
Yeah, well, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees of success.
Stop. He's already dead.
And
And then your
Just a poor base
damage is your persuasion rank, which is 5 times 4 is 20. Let's see, minus his indifference. Yes, he is annihilated. Single foul move.
Whoa.
As you just like fucking
Before it even starts.
you just
She is the Han Solo.
yes, you have just annihilated this poor man. And he's just like, oh, I see. That's right. You're, of course. And he'll sit down. And he'll be like, so, to be honest, because you're family, I will tell you. Sylvie wasn't sick. She faked it. You see, I believe there's I think she's feeling conflicted about something. She wouldn't tell me. But there's something she's conflicted about, and I think something at the dinner was aggravating it. She just asked if she could lie down and tell them that told me to tell them it was. Well, if there's any time to listen to a young woman, probably at her wedding. I saw no harm in it. Kind of shrugs. But she's actually quite all right.
I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad that you were an ear for her in her most delicate time.
Oh, well, how to call myself anything. She just asked that something was bothering her. She just didn't want to be there, so she faked it. And it's not my business.
Of course.
But do not worry. There's nothing wrong.
I'm glad.
I apologize for the deception, but
You were keeping her confidence, I understand. stand, and you have your family's interest at heart, and
I do, my lady. That he kind of like pats the chair you're on and goes, so do not worry, she is in tip-top health. I'm sure of. But anyway, speaking of tip-top health, I must imbibe a tart before this tea time is over.
do not let me keep you.
Stop keeping the man from his tarts. Oh,
All he wants.
Okay.
all he wants.
Okay.
He's doing such a good job. He just wants
You-
a tart.
Okay. Is an 18-year-old girl gonna confide in me?
No,
I sincerely doubt it, so I will find my
absolutely
daughter.
not.
I am not that
15-year-old.
far in the
For
courtyard,
sure.
and
Mhm.
if I do see any servants, I do want to ask what kind of tarts they are.
I wouldn't like a tart.
Yes, they have many kind. They have sweet blackberry tarts,
Okay,
and they also have a lavender ice tart.
a lavender what tart?
Ice.
That sounds pretty interesting.
I would
Ice
probably try the lavender, and I think
Absolutely.
Tisea and maybe Helen would prefer the blackberry, so I try to ask that two tarts make their way to the girls.
They say very well. We'll.
And
leave it
I
just aside.
probably roughly know, considering where.
You saw Helen and Tisea and Garrick and two other boys
Yeah.
run out of the castle like inner gates to parts of the forest and are playing in there.
Yeah, but I'm assuming they're being kept at the edge of the forest because there's a
Yeah,
hunt
apparently,
going on.
like there's the Manning's master of the hunt is sorry, not master of the hunt, master of hounds is like watching them essentially.
So like I totally in like give the like they went that way if there any chance the tarts
Sure.
can make it to the girls. Garrick, he's hunting squirrels. I'm not going to bother him with a tart.
Sure.
He has more important things to do.
So, Mariella,
Yes,
come walk with me.
I proceed to slip the embroidery back into my pocket.
Yeah, and I would like to keep just a casual meander, but mostly so people don't overhear our conversation.
Yeah, and I tried to kind of like keep us in the rough area of where Eileen could see me easily from like returning from where she left.
Mhm.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
It is at this point as you're about to talk to Mariella, you do see
Yeah.
crossing the courtyard with you think maybe one of her handmaiden,
Mhm.
and they like wave and nod at you, and they go into the.
Is Eileen? Was that her one? Or-
No, that's not Eileen.
Sylvie. Oh,
It's-
no,
Well,
it's
you cut out on the
Sylvie-
name of who
Sylvie
it was.
and one of her handmaids.
understood.
Okay.
Mariella, darling. So, the events of last night have me very concerned. And then once, like, no one's around, I do want to whisper, I spoke with the maester. And Sylvie's nerves, more to her own, they were of her own design. The maester told me that she's perfectly healthy, but that she was conflicted on some. She faked her illness. So I don't think she would discuss with me what is perhaps troubling her, but I think you two being of close, I think you would be able to perhaps figure out what is wrong.
I could try. Eileen
Mhm.
was mentioning more in generality, but then it seemed to boil down to Sylvie, where some people seem to not fully appreciate some of the things that they have been given or received. And Sylvie may fall into one of those camps, so possibly something pre-existing to this scenario where either the wedding is escape or duty.
Do you wish to continue speaking with Eileen? Would you rather speak with the Souls?
Well, it's possible that I'll be dealing with both.
Mm-hmm.
Because Eileen should probably be returning shortly since her sister had requested her presence for a conversation.
I don't want too much time to pass, because if she is conflicted, any amount of moment might make the decision for her. So,
do I see Eileen showing up by this point now? Because it's like I saw Sylvie with the handmaiden, and I know theoretically.
You go with Eileen. I'll speak with if that. Oh,
well, let me seek out Eileen first, and then possibly.
So as you say that, you see running into the courtyard, you see Garrick, two boys, and Sisei and Helen.
Awesome.
They're kind of red-faced, and they run in, and Tisea goes, "Mama," and
What
she
is it,
looks
Tisea?
very upset.
to say, what is it? What's the matter?
And Garrick kind of comes. He goes, "We were playing on the outside near the wall, and we think like Garrick kind of like, I think there's a body."
Right. Someone fetch the maester. Show him where he is.
And he goes, Vivian, if there's a body, you should probably fetch.
Guards. Oh,
Yeah.
understood. Yeah, guard. Then yeah, sorry. When you said body, I didn't know if it was like a child fell.
But... I want to ask I want to talk. It's like, where do you think you saw this? It's like we're gonna call somebody, but
Garrett can tell you. Yeah, so you alert some people, talk about a body.
Mm-hmm.
Some guards.
Yeah, I want to know vaguely if it's like, I'm assuming there's like that we're inside like a walled area and like maybe whatever with the building.
There's a walled area, then there's like and then there's like beyond that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they tell you that they were playing on your side the wall.
Okay.
And Garrick will show the people. You do notice a lot of the ladies are just kind of like interested in going.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the guards are like, stay back, but not a lot of people.
Yeah, like, but before heading out, I do like take a servant and ask them to like try to find Eileen, because it's like theoretically if Sylvie's down, it's like I would love to know where she is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, Vivian or Mariella, do you go with the...
I'd for sure go see what the fuck is happening.
So as you go over, it looks like some of the guards are already. Maester Hamden is kind of like huffing by.
Here. Yeah.
What'd you say?
Sorry, my sister's not here, and neither is her son or her husband. So I would like to maintain, I suppose,
some sort of representation of the house.
Sure. Yeah. So absolutely. So yeah, you go over. Maester Hamden had kind of, and as the men clear, you see Eileen. Almost like in a very strange position, her head in a very odd angle, her legs bent around, and a vacant expression upon her face.
No.
Right. And you see the kind of shock, and you suddenly just hear like a scream of like, no, and you see Lady Ella, upon seeing it, just starts immediately screaming and running over to her. And you see Sylvie eyes go very wide, and tears immediately form and falling from her face. And she just puts her hand over thing and just falls almost.
Oh my god. I want to do like an awareness or something. I'm like, because I might be one of the few ones who know it's like they're the last ones.
I am sorry she's in her grief, but the maester just told me she faked her sickness, so I'm
sure.
Is
so that either of you can make awareness empathy.
Yes,
I
please.
don't have empathy. It's what I want to
So?
get.
I'm not
Well,
great at it, so here we go. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, you both of you can make this.
Okay.
17.
Not great at it.
Mhm.
9.
9. This girl just saw her sister body, and
Yeah.
she is shutting down.
Okay.
And Maester Hamden goes, "She's dead," as he is touching her wrist.
Mhm.
And a lot of people are screaming and worried, and
Mhm.
it's all I think very thing. One of the guards, Vivian, you see looking directly up,
Mhm.
and do you look up, Vivian?
Yeah.
You look up, and you with that 17, I'll just let you ride up. You see one of the towers of Helmcrest, and a drape
Mm-hmm. Right. Gosh, I don't know if I can. You know what? Fuck it. Going into lady
However,
mode.
we are going to cut away.
Ooh.
Oh.
God, you tease. I'm gonna be quiet.
And we are going to Clarissa.
Mm.
Clarissa,
Good.
you and Thorsten are looking over the thing. Spears, as Thorsten, you have come back to basically stating all of his personal effects are missing, and might have been missing for a while.
Mhm.
You would know this if they've been missing for years,
Yeah.
at least. And as you were discussing this, Cedric enters the door, and he looks furious. And he goes up to you, Clarissa, and he's like, and then notices Thurston, and he's like, "Am I free to speak?"
Yes, he knows more than I do at this.
He goes, "The book is gone."
Oh, I'm sorry. What?
I know where it is, though.
Who has it?
Well, let's see. Who often plunders our land?
Good. Did Father know?
Oh, Father knew.
What book?
He kind of looks at you, goes, "The Tome of Asterwood. It's it's the reason our house was formed. And it seems my father's pride has weakened us some."
Some.
You kind of sorry, not my.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we have to be without it, even in this time. Tell me that what you found means this was. And then he looks behind you, and his eyes just go wide, and he just sighs.
We've been to the Citadel. That was helpful, I guess.
Only more questions, really.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't provide many answers.
I'm going to ask Cedric if he knows about Maester Lutheran's stuff being taken out of the cellar.
He looks concerned. He goes, "No, I don't."
Okay.
It looks like the last time this popped up, Lutheran was the one who took care of it and knew what to do. There are pages missing from his book. He might have burned them or something. We got most of them, but there are 3 just gone.
Missing.
We have to find those. It sounds. And then we're actually going to quickly cut away again to the combat crew.
Oh!
Man, Nymora, as you're leading this hunt, you start to catch some real sign of game when you break into a clearing and you hear a horrible noise. Just what sounds like the death throes of something. Suddenly running at you, and then quickly around you, you see a large, like, male, looked spooked and skittish. However, Nymora, you notice with your keen eyes there is blood on its head. And as it runs by, you kind of come upon a very strange scene. You see what's making the death throw of some kind.
Sorry, what was that? You cut out a bit.
You see what's making the death throw. It's some kind of wildcat.
Oh, not these again.
No, not a shadow cat. Those very,
know, like
very
black-
different.
Black
It's like a cougar or something.
Yeah, like a
Go
cougar.
crazy.
You see it's bleeding heavily from its chest and face. It's just screaming out in pain and death.
Okay.
But then you also see like standing over it, kind of entering the area, sniffing heartily, is a large boar.
Okay.
And as we pull away from that scene, that is where we end our session.
Okay. Boar, a cat, and a deer.
So, the thing that happened with me and Clarissa, does that happen before I go and I search my room?
I will say that happened after, as I can definitely assuage. You will find nothing
Okay.
that you didn't put there yourself.
Yes.
Besides a boot, you do find a boot
A boot.
A boot.
that you do not
That's a
recognize
shoe.
as your boot. It is someone else's boot.
Uh-huh.
It's like the ones on the highway. Only one.
I was like,
Why is there
Yeah.
just a shoe?
big boot. Thought I'd be like both and be like, that has some explanation. No, just one.
Well, it does have some explanation, I can tell you. It's Master Lutheran's because he had one bad foot.
What?
So,
The logic checks out.
some strange things have starting to happen in twists and turns, and we end the session. The end of a poor girl.
Eileen.
Yeah.
Damn it!
What does this mean? What is going to happen? Will we learn more of the book? Is this a thing in House Weirlight? This curse, is this a thing that can be stopped or merely postponed? We'll find out next time. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you enjoyed watching us. I hope all of my players enjoyed playing. I know we didn't get to everyone do it. Don't worry, next week we're opening with a boar.
Yeah.
Good.
Stupid boar.
Mm-hmm.
It can get,
These are noble killing.
It's gonna be.
What happened?
It would be like all three. Maybe not the deer, but like, a cat and a boar. I think that'll
Cat's
definitely
almost
be the-
dead.
Yeah, we can get the cat.
Cat's in the process of dying,
Cat is in the process of dying.
which I don't like.
Yep, that next week will definitely be boring.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Nothing
no.
interesting at all will happen next week.
Leave.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for coming and watching us.
Thank you.
I think
Thank you.
we're going to be here basically every week. So please come again next week and see what happens. So,
Oh,
Oh,
gotta do all the crazy.
mhm.
oh boy.
Wait.
Let's see, we'll see what's going on really at Helm and Fielden Hall. All right. Bye.
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 Bye, everybody.